So, here, this is Lord Potato, or not Lord Potato, Potato God on my second channel. And this is, well, a short story time video that I'm going to be talking about today. It's only going to be somewhere around 5 minutes or something, but if I don't take that long. Now, I did delete it, what's it called, my sibling bullshit story or whatever. It's because I just was copyrighted and all that, so yeah, because of the music. So, I'm just gonna make something else. I don't want to be petty anyway. Even though I was petty. Whatever. I just couldn't think of that time. But other than that, so this is actually gonna be a story called, what's it called? Well, a story time in my middle school. So, this is, what's it called? A funny story at the same time. Kind of stupid. Don't actually do this, okay? If you're in middle school, high school, I recommend you don't do this. Unless you were given a bet to do it. Other than that, unless you're going to win some money, I recommend you don't do it, okay? So, this all begins when I wake up from the fucking... Okay, so I just woke up from my bed, blah, blah, blah. I brush my teeth, take a shower. Take a shower first, brush my teeth, then get ready to school. I managed to catch the bus and not actually miss it this time. And not make my, what's called, mom drive me and she'll be pissed at me. Well, yeah, I managed to get there. Of course, get in the bus. The bus was packed as fuck. Well, it doesn't get packed until the other bus stops. But mostly my bus stop had the most fucking kids. Which was annoying. So, of course, I get there. This was during when I was in 7th grade. So, of course, it was somewhere in the middle of the semester. 7th grade, 8th grade. I can't fucking remember. But it was, I think, 7th grade. Yeah. Because that's why I kind of met the kid. It was somewhere like in the, like, third semester. Yeah, third semester, not 4th or 2nd. So, of course, third semester. Of course, we're like, so I get to my school, first hour, second hour, all the others hours kind of goes through. But, of course, it is now lunchtime. Now, there's 3 lunches in my, well, in the, what's called middle school. They changed it, of course, a couple times. Even when I was in 8th grade, they kind of changed it. But there was 3 of them. 3 different hours. Okay, 4th hour, if you had no class in 4th hour, you would go to first lunch. If you had second lunch, it would be after 4th hour. If you had third lunch, you would have after 5th hour. Or was it 6th hour? I can't fucking remember. But it was somewhere around those goddamn areas that I had, well, third lunch almost all the damn time. So yeah, I had third lunch. It sucked. So yeah. I never had first or second lunch in, well, I did have second lunch in what's called middle school, so yeah. But of course, this is where I had third hour. And of course, we're always just waiting outside because they had this kind of system. It was so stupid. Okay, so it wasn't stupid, but then I didn't really get it because what the fuck? No one wants to like wait in line outside. Make us wait inside, but nah. So, they kind of added the system kind of like after after 7th grade, mostly in 8th grade. I'll explain that more into details when I actually do a story time after this. That was 8th grade and all that. But other than that, we'll go into, well, when I was just kind of in the lunch. Now, they didn't do that when I was talking about. They mostly, lunch was a free-for-all. You just have to run to lunch and not get caught by the teacher, because the teacher usually is there trying to make sure that they get there on time to look anywhere to try to catch and get them in back of the line and all that. Because there were so many kids that just jump over tables like if it was the end of the life. Like think of it like COVID-19. You know how people were crazy? Yeah, my middle school was crazy for lunch. We were all hungry, motherfucker. It was third lunch. When it was a stampede for this shit. But of course, I got my lunch. I got some pizza, some milk, whatever bullshit I ate in fucking middle school. I just like, yeah, I didn't eat that much, but whatever. Of course, as well, we. So after eating, I go outside. I talk to my friends and all that. I just chill with my friends. So I'm mostly chilling with one of my best friends. Now, of course, he wasn't my best friend in high school, but he was my best friend in middle school. So he was like, yeah. I mean, he was going to go into high school, but he didn't get accepted, so it was like bullshit. I somehow got, okay, I won't mention about that. But, of course, we're like, just chilling, walking around the fucking outside. Of course, we go in. Let me say this again. We go into, well, one of the sides of the school. So there's the front lawn of the school and all that, whatever. There's also one of the sides. Mostly there's where like the cafeteria side would be at. And of course, the other side will have like these kind of accent, no, not accent, kind of these rooms called accent or accent or whatever the hell it's called. But there were these just rooms because our school was actually small as fuck, and there was 1,000 kids in this damn school. So yeah, it was packed as fuck. But of course, we go to the side where the lunch, what kind of like the lunch side would be at. So yeah, of course we're like just walking around till we see this kid's kind of, well, one kid I already knew from, well, one of my classes. He was mostly my seventh and yeah, seventh to fifth hour. Not fifth hour, mostly seventh hour. And seventh hour was one of the greatest hours for me in my fucking seventh grade year. It was the greatest when I got switched to it. It wasn't the greatest when I was in an actual. So let me actually explain something. My seventh hour contains of, well, 5 students and 1 teacher. That shit was lit. Well, kind of 6 students if you count me in it. But it was kind of lit because this math class, I also had an English class like this, but it was a small class. The reason why is because I had such a disability in learning math and English, so they decided to put me in this class to kind of get better at it, right? So yeah, I'm so happy they did this because it was so much of a breeze in, what's it called, 7th grade. 8th grade, I mean, 8th grade English was kind of a breeze, but 7th grade, for fuck's sake, they switched me back into a normal class. I didn't like it. It was pissing me off. But I mean, 8th grade was kind of okay, but yeah. But of course, we go back into this. Of course, I see one of the kids. This kid is like a 7, well, not 7. He's like at least 6'1" or 5'11". I don't remember how tall this man was, but this man was tall. He was like taller than half the students. But he was a, what's it called, Mexican, like, he was Mexican, of course. I remember he being Mexican, but he looked white. Just he was Mexican. You know how there's Mexicans that can be white looking like? Yeah, he was, yeah. But of course, this kid is like skinny as hell and all that. And of course, this is where some like of his friends, like darker skin or either like other friends, because he had a group of, well, a bunch of Mexicans. Mostly they were soccer players, but mostly they were like a school gang or whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. It was actually retarded what they did or whatever. So of course, this is where, well, this person, I'm gonna name him, fucking, what do I want to name him? White Mexican. I actually cannot think of a fucking, I can't actually think of a name. Actually, I'm gonna call him Juan. No, not Juan. Saul. That's just gonna be his name. I actually cannot think of, well, I know his name, I just don't want to say it. So I'm gonna call him Saul. So, besides, this kid is like, he's just getting ready. There's like a cop car just like parked sideways. And of course the cop is in there. Like he's right now, I don't know what the cop is doing. But I knew what the cop was doing after. But I couldn't see it much what the cop was doing because he had his like dark shaded windows or whatever. And of course the other kids didn't know if the cop was in there or not. I think they did knew that he was in there. But of course I would kind of just like, he gets a head start from, okay, there's the side, okay? There's also a tree behind me and my friend. And of course, this is where me and my friend like move out of from Sabul's way. And of course, Sabul gets from the tree and starts running like full send that shit. Starts running towards the cop car. Now, I did mention how the cop car was kind of parked sideways. So you know how the car, those yellow lines, you have to park into, what's it called? Into between the yellow lines. No, he was parked sideways. Yeah. Because there was like barely any cars over here. So of course, Sabu just full senses straight towards the cop car. And of course, for some reason, I don't think he decided to, I don't know what he was actually trying to plan to do, but he was going to jump it, like fully, like jump over it. Of course, we all thought he was going to make it because he was a tall motherfucker. And he had the long ass legs, so we all thought he was going to do it. Instead, he decided to jump on the hood of the car and then jump over. So, I didn't even know what bets or whatever they make, but um, yeah, he just like jumped on the hood and jumped over it. This is where one of the kids says, "No, no, no, that's not jumping over it." It's because Sabu knew that he probably couldn't jump over. So of course Sabu decides to try it again, but this time from the back. So of course this is where he tries to jump over like the back side, but of course he he like trips on like the what's it called, the like kind of back. He like his like legs still managed to clip the back of the car and all that, and like lands into the glass of like the cop car, breaking it. Because he broke it, and of course this is where Angel says "fuck," or not Angel, mostly Sabul. Sabul just like says "fuck," and he screams out. Don't know why I call him Angel. His name is Sabul or whatever. It's because of Mexican names. I'm trying to think of fucking one. So of course he screams it out saying "fuck," because he didn't like get glass in his legs somehow. He didn't like bleed or anything because he didn't have shorts on. He had like fucking what's it called, pants. But these pants were loose, so that's why he could run on him. So of course, this is where he like gets out of like the hood of the car and all that, tries to like look around to see if he's not hurt and all that. And this is where everyone sees what just happened. And this is where the cop like opens the window, like not opens the window, opens the door, and like he just say, "Hey, you!" This is where all the kids, even me and my friend, fucking ran. We were like, hell no. Of course, we were all gonna run until me and my friend just turned around and walked toward the tree. So we didn't actually like run because we didn't want it to look suspicious. Of course, the other kids ran away. So me and my friend were still looking at the situation, and Samuel is just like, "Oh fuck me," because I managed to kind of hear him because for some reason my hearing was goddamn golly, like very good at that time. You know, my hearing's kind of shit, but hey, not the point. Of course, this is where the fucking police and all that. He had like what's it called? Well, it seems that the first time Sabul jumped on the hood of the car, it seems that it might have like splashed the coffee and donut off the cop or whatever. And I think the cop was trying to clean his like equipment because he had coffee on him, like on his like shirt and pants. It looked like he peed himself, but I don't know if that was actually the case. It probably was the case when what's it called? Sabul this smashed into the glass and from the back, but it was funny to us. Well, mostly funny to me. I even tell my friend saying, "Do you think he peed himself?" No, my friend says, "He probably did because of my defense. I would probably also piss my pants if no my back door or not my back door, my back glass just shattered into a million pieces." I'm like, facts. So of course this is where Sabul saw this, and of course the police cop tries to grab him, and Sabul managed to juke him, and like managed to keep running, and of course this is where the police cop decides to chase him in feet, not going to catch up to this kid because this kid was fast as fuck. So of course Sabul is just running out of the what's it called school because he jumped over the fence. Or not the fence. Mostly he just ran from what's it called, the driveway, because there's like 2 driveways today to kind of get in and blah blah blah. Because that's how the lunch ladies would kind of get the what's it called food from the trucks and blah blah blah. Other than that, of course, is where Sabul is running from the cop, and I should mention across from that side. If you go all the way from that side, there's actually a church, and then after that church, there's the pond. So of course, Sabul just fucking started booking that shit. He just started running. This is where the cop is trying to get him, and what the funniest thing it happens is when Angel, not Angel, mostly Sabul. But why do I keep calling him Angel? No, it's Sabul. Mostly kind of keeps running, and kind of like almost trips. He almost trips on like this, like you know the what's it called, the drive. You know those like well, not bumps. I would say you know those like you know how there's grass and then there's stone and there's like the concrete and then there's that bump and all that for the grass that kind of between. Yeah, he almost tripped on that and he managed to catch himself, but the cop wasn't that lucky and he actually like tripped, fell onto the grass, and what's called Sabul managed to get away. Sabul just managed to get away. He managed to just run towards a Family Dollar. he managed to just get there and kind of chillax or whatever. But me and my friends saw this. We were kind of laughing when the cop fucking fell down. But what's it called? A kid from what's it called? The group and all that saw that the cop left, so decided to go in to check what happened to like his car and all that. Saw the glass and then saw that the door was still open. Checked inside, and of course he kind of started like saying, "Oh shit." So that's why he looked like he peed his pants, because some of the kids did manage to see this. And of course, this is where, I think the kid just thought that there's a bunch of like coffee all around this person's like equipment and all that, the cop and all that. But it was all just kind of funny and all that. Sabo managed to kind of get away in the end of the time. He just managed to escape, and even escape detention and other things like you don't want to deal with. But of course, it's not the what's it called? I wouldn't say it's not his like first time doing something similar to that. It would be like his second time. But I mean like his second time of like not second time, mostly multiple times of doing like dumb shit in school. But I'll mention those later. But with that, yeah, someone didn't manage to get caught or anything. So of course with that, this is actually the end. I managed to just go home and all that. Get home. My bus managed to leave me in the right fucking place this time and not somewhere that I had to walk more to my fucking house. It was so fucking annoying. And luckily some dumbass didn't ask me, "Hey, why are you running? Why are you running to your house?" I'm like, "Bitch, I want to go home and go to sleep, you motherfucker." But other than that, I had problems with those assholes. But, other than that, so, moral of the story is don't jump over a police car if you think you're not gonna manage to jump over it. Also, if a cop is chasing you, God, for the love of God, just start running like you're fucking Usain Bolt, because you have to try to escape the cop somehow, because any Mexicans would do it. Like, okay, this is not a moral story, but I'm just saying. Also, if you are going to jump over something, do something stupid or something like that, make sure that you actually making money and not doing this for, I don't know, TikTok or whatever bullshit Gen Z does. Even though I'm also Gen Z. But that's not the point. I'd rather not deal with you fucking Gen Z other people. God. TikTok or whatever bullshit, you better be making money for that shit. And don't do this for fucking clout, but whatever. So yeah, that's the moral of the story, I guess. So, of course, this is where I'm actually gonna, end it off. So, yeah. Have a nice, I guess, day, night, sleep, whatever. If you like the story time, subscribe and like. If you hate it, dislike. I don't give a fuck what you do. But other than that, yeah. I'm trying to get into story times mostly. Mostly because, yeah. Well, other than that, yeah, bye. See ya.